The best PS4 Pro games in 2017. Make the most of your PS4 Pro with these 4K enhanced games. These games are designed to show off the power of PS4 Pro. So, you've bought a Picasecond 4 Pro. Or perhaps you're thinking of buying one. Either way, you want to know the best PS4 Pro games to buy so you can make the most of your shiny, it's actually matte, new box. Now, you're probably thinking that the best PS4 Pro games are the same as the best PS4 games, but you'd be wrong. While the best PS4 games are some of the most fantastic and refined gaming experiences you'll find on any console, the best PS4 Pro games are the titles that really showcase what the Pro can do. 1. GT Sport. If you thought that GT Sport looked a little ropey on PS4 and you were wondering how, after all those years of development, Polyphony Digital could have overlooked visuals, your answer is hidden within the PS4 Pro. Firing up GT Sport on both a 1080p TV with downsampling reveals that this is absolutely gorgeous. Put it on a 4K TV with HDR enabled and it sings like nothing else. Microsoft may well tell you Forza 7 on Xbox One X is the real looker, but you honestly won't find a more beautiful racing game than GT Sport at 4K with HDR on PS4 Pro. Two. Horizon Zero Dawn. This should come as no surprise, but Horizon Zero Dawn is an absolute beauty on PS4 Pro. In motion, it's near unrivaled, with its bright color palette bursting out from your TV screen when HDR is enabled. It's a true testament to just how fantastic the team at Guerrilla Games is when it comes to developing a game engine that looks utterly brilliant and can still run like a dream. Three. Final Fantasy XV. Final Fantasy XV is one of the best looking PS4 games around. This absolutely mammoth title was gorgeous on release and now, thanks to high resolution textures and the introduction of HDR, it's absolutely stunning on PS4 Pro. Plenty of reason to go back and play through it all again, or dive into its DLC content.
The king was found dead.
Lies.
If you're looking for the whole truth, you know where to find me. Get moving.
First verse, I'm armed till I'm on an island. My life's riding on an autobahn, on autopilot. Before I touch dirt or kill y'all with kindness, I kill ya. My natural.
4. The Last Guardian. Like Final Fantasy XV, The Last Guardian is a Sony game that almost never turned up. Now that it has, though, it's incredible. On PS4 Pro, The Last Guardian benefits from a texture bump, higher resolution output and HDR support. Not only does this mean Trico and his feathers look brilliant, but the ruined enclave The Last Guardian plays out and is absolutely stunning, with vines groping crumbling brick walls and the sunlight revealing all of their crevices. The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. For some reason, CD Projekt Red didn't update The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt for the PS4 Pro until the Xbox One X arrived. Now it has, though. It's more than reason enough to go back and play through one of the best RPGs ever made. HDR has a huge impact on the beautiful vistas, with transcendent blue skies and verdant green hills looking even more incredible. The arrival of high-resolution textures is also welcome, but it's the HDR that makes this a worthwhile PS4 Pro game to play.
They paid me for you.
In times past, no amount of coin would convince a Witcher to take this contract.
Times have changed.
REZ Infinite. It sounds bizarre that a game released back in 2001 is one of the greatest reasons to own a PS4 Pro, but it certainly is, especially in Infinite's Area X level. Rez Infinite was already great thanks to its integration with PlayStation VR, but with even higher resolution textures, if you can call wireframed textures, and HDR support, it absolutely pops off the screen. It also runs wonderfully smoothly and is just as fun to play now as it was 16 years ago. Hitman. IO Interactive's episodic assassination game is, quite possibly, one of the most underrated releases on PS4. It's utterly fantastic, and it's even better on PS4 Pro. Not only does Agent 47's bald head look incredibly detailed and glisten wonderfully in the sun thanks to HDR support, but all the environments that IO has expertly crafted really stand out. It's also silky smooth and just worth every moment of your time.
Death was a tragic accident, but her parents remain unconvinced. They firmly believe that Cross murdered Hannah and only escaped justice due to the power and influence of his father, billionaire media mogul Thomas Cross. A secondary target, Ken Morgan, corporate fixer and attorney to the Cross family, is also staying at the hotel. Cunning and unscrupulous, Morgan was a key agent in the cover-up of Hannah Highmore's murder and Jordan Cross's subsequent acquittal. The Highmores understandably want retribution, and while the system may be powerless, ICA is anything but. I will leave you to prepare.
8. A Thief's End. This one should come as no surprise. Naughty Dog has a special skill in creating absolutely beautiful-looking games, and Uncharted 4, A Thief's End doesn't disappoint. The addition of high-resolution textures and HDR support pushes the green leafy jungles and well-worn shantytowns of A Thief's End to new levels. The standalone expansion, Uncharted, The Lost Legacy, also benefits from all of these same improvements and is an absolute must for any adventure game fan looking for something gorgeous to stare at.
We're all a bunch of thieves, digging around where we shouldn't.
Shame we're not on the same side.
I am a man of fortune, and I must seek my fortune. So, are you ready to seek your fortune?
Hang on, Nathan! Where is the artifact?
Heads up!
I made a promise that I was done with this life.
How long have we been chasing this thing?
Long time.
Real long time. Just you and me. No offense to these guys, but they don't get it.
If you're done lying to me, then you should stop lying to yourself.
The biggest pirate treasure of all time is within our grasp.
Look, Nate, I'm gonna make you a one-time offer. Drop everything. go home, live your life, or we can just end it right here.
There's gotta be another way.
I need you on this one.
You ever wonder, like, different choices, how we might have ended up?
9. Wipeout Omega Collection. The Wipeout series has always been the figurehead for what Sony's consoles are capable of, and the Omega Collection stands as a fantastic torchbearer for the PS4 Pro. Running at native 4K at 60 FPS, using a picosecond 4 Pro is the only worthwhile way to experience this absolutely fantastic remastering and the PS3 and PS Vita Wipeout games. Senua's Sacrifice. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is one of the most stunning indie games you'll see for a long time. Created with a small team from inside Team Ninja, Hellblade is a journey into absolute madness as the twisted visions and worlds warp and dissolve around you as you play. It's absolutely beautiful on a picosecond 4, but running at 4K with HDR enabled really makes the madness stand out. You won't be disappointed.
And banish your fears. But in darkness they came, through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats your heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.